This is Bishop John Doerfler of the Diocese of Marquette. In my last message, we reflected on the sixth stage of the Christian moral life, according to St. Augustine's treatise on the Sermon on the Mount. In the sixth stage, we came to a deep understanding of the mysteries of our faith through the Holy Spirit's gift of understanding. The Holy Spirit helps us to be pure of heart, to clean the smudges from the eyeglasses of our soul, so that we can see God and His mysteries more clearly. This leads us to the seventh stage, in which we become peacemakers. We attain deep peace within ourselves through the Holy Spirit's gift of wisdom. St. Augustine says, "Wisdom corresponds to the peacemakers, in whom all things are now brought into order, and no passion is in the state of rebellion against reason, but all things together obey the spirit of man, while he himself also obeys God. And of them it is here said, 'Blessed are the peacemakers.'" End of quote. To help us understand this better, let us ask ourselves how we are doing with our New Year's resolutions. We are now a couple of months into the new year. Did you make any resolutions? Are you keeping them? It is even more important for us to make moral resolutions. In other words, in order to grow, it is important for us to make resolutions to do what is good and avoid sin, with the help of God's grace. Yet just as we do not always keep our New Year's resolutions, we do not always keep our moral resolutions either. St. Paul speaks of this experience in the letter to the Romans. "For I do not do the good I want, but I do the evil I do not want. Now if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells in me. So then, I discover the principle that when I want to do right, evil is at hand. For I take delight in the law of God in my inner self, but I see in my members another principle at war with the law of my mind, taking me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members. Miserable one that I am, who will deliver me from this mortal body?" End of quote. Here, St. Paul reflects on the experience of a kind of war within ourselves. We want to do what is good, but we have an inner struggle with temptations and tendencies that lead us to sin. So instead of doing the good things that we really want to do, we do not keep our moral resolutions and we fall into sin. However, by the time we have reached the last stage of growth in our Christian moral life, the war that we experience is not as prevalent. We are much more at peace on the inside. Of course, we still face temptations and we may still fall into sin. Yet now it is easier to do what is good and avoid sin. It is easier to keep our moral resolutions, thanks to the working of the Holy Spirit in our lives. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. This is Bishop John Doerfler of the Diocese of Marquette.